RightGeist here with the first RightGeist video. RightGeist, the home of the anti-woke agenda, the place that promotes common sense and truth, and sometimes funny too. This place isn't really about left or right political leanings. It's just, like I said, about truth and common sense. Even though we are called RightGeist, we are not right-leaning or left-leaning. The right in RightGeist really just means that we're here to give you guys wholesome, good, authentic, genuine content, the right type of content to motivate and inspire you to become your most exceptional self that you can be. All right, today I want to react to this video with Joe Rogan and Bill Maher. I feel like everybody knows who Joe Rogan is. If you don't, bruh, I don't know how, but he's like the most popular podcaster out here. And then we got Bill Maher. Bill Maher is just like an OG comedic legend. I don't really follow his content like that. I'm really more a fan of his podcasts. He has like a recent one with Jordan Peterson, which is really good. You should check it out. But today, the one I'm reacting to, it's Joe with Bill Maher, and they're basically just comparing Trump and Biden. Bill is leaning towards Biden, and Joe, I want to say he's leaning towards Trump, even though Joe has never came out and explicitly said he supports Donald Trump. But you can kind of tell he was defending him in regards to him being more of a sound candidate to be president than Biden. So I just think it's an interesting discussion, and let's check it out.
Goes along with all the woke nonsense because he doesn't want to fight that wing of his party. He can't afford to have a battle on the left.
Yeah.
So that's my big issue with him. I know you have others.
Well, my biggest issue is he lies a lot, and he's probably...
Well, certainly not more than Trump.
Oh,
please. Come
on,
man.
Listen, I think they both lie. I mean, I don't like that more than this guy. Because I want to just, if you want to talk about Trump, we can talk about Trump. But if you just talk about Biden, I don't think comparing him to Trump does anybody any good. You just look at the police situation.
Does, because they're running against each other.
Yeah, okay.
So it's kind of necessary.
It could if you want to talk about in terms of an election. But you talk about in terms of the guy who's in office right now. Like, why don't I like him? Well, one of the things that I don't like has nothing to do with any of his choices, is that he's mentally compromised. I think there's something wrong, and I think it's clear.
As if the other guy isn't.
Well, okay, he speaks much clearer. He might be crazy. He might be a sociopath.
He is crazy. He's crazy and...
I don't know, bro. When people do that, I mean, Joe Rogan just said it how it is right there. He's like, hey, Biden, bro, is like 80 years old. That man is falling off stage. Every other speech he gives, the man's mentally compromised. And then Bill Maher just tries to come in right after that and saying, yo, as if Trump isn't, bro. You can't put them on the same level, man. It's so obvious that Biden is way more in a critical state than Trump, bro. At least Trump can like finish his sentences. He's coherent, concise, if anything. But then Biden, bro, is just out here struggling, and he's trying to make like some sort of equivalency between them in terms of their health, which I just don't see at all. But hey, let's keep going.
Stupid.
Say all those things, but it still doesn't take away from the fact that there's something wrong with Biden. Like, he makes up words, he stumbles through things. It seems like he doesn't know where he is half the time. He's very, very old. That's my problem with him.
Okay. Well, again, we're living in a world where perfect is not on the menu. These are the choices we're going to have. This is going to be who's running next time. You're going to have a doddering old man.
Do you definitely think that Biden's going to make it to the 2024 elections? Because I'm not convinced.
Well, who knows? Yeah, he might not, and some might not Trump.
Right. Both of them could die at any minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're like 70, whatever years old, 78 years old.
One is 77, one is 80.
Yeah, that's the end of the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're on E.
I mean,
right? You might make it to town, but you might die on the side of the road.
There's also blue zones where people live to 100.
They don't look like those guys.
No, they look better.
Yeah, they're thin and active.
Well, Biden's thin.
That's true.
Trump is not.
But he's thin like skeletal thin.
Yeah.
Like he's thin like frail. Like where he looks like he's just going to fall down a lot.
I'll give you this point. Trump looks a lot and sounds a lot more hearty and robust and healthy. That's true. He's a city roach. He eat the worst things he eats, the stronger he gets. You cannot kill him. No, I
He's
agree.
also the only guy that didn't noticeabably age the moment he got into the White House.
No, we did. We aged when he was in office. He was fine. You're right. He didn't look like he aged. He always looks the same. But he's a criminal, and he's crazy, and he's stupid. And crazy and stupid are two different things.
When you say crazy, what do you basically?
Okay, let me give you an example. Stupid is like Frederick Douglass is alive, or the stealth bomber is literally invisible.
Right.
Or nobody knew health care was hard to solve. That's just stupid. He's very stupid. Crazy is like, it's important that the crowd at my inauguration was the biggest ever. And I'm going to make an issue of this for the first 2 weeks of my presidency, despite photographic evidence to the contrary. Or I'm going to steal these documents that I don't even know what they are, and I don't care, and I'm going to put them next to the toilet at Mar-a-Lago, and then I'm going to fight you to take them back, or not conceding the election. Those things are crazy. Or thinking,
Nah, man. Liberals make a good case when they start saying all these things about Trump, bro. It do make him look off, make him look hella crazy. Just bad. But I still, personally, man, I still think he's a better candidate than Biden in terms of presidency. But Bill Maher also did bring up a good point. I think it was Joe. He was saying both of these guys could die anytime. Like, what? I think Trump is 77 and Biden is 80. That's something else that I don't get. It's like, why are these people who are supposed to run the country so damn old? Like, your mental performance, bro, goes down at a certain point, bro. Like, if you're gonna lead the country, we want you sharp, bro. We want you at tip-top shape, bro. Like, we need better political candidates, better ages. Like, I'm saying late 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s, something like that, bro. But like late 70s to 80s, bro. Like, I don't know. Go be a senator somewhere or a congressman, but don't lead the country. But I think that's also a reason why I like Vivek, how you say his last name? I don't want to butcher it. Ramaswamy, I think. Yeah, that dude, I like his energy, bro. His energy is amazing. He's like articulate. He has like this healthy arrogance to him too that I like. And he just seems like a genuine, authentic person too, bro. Like, just like I said, full of energy. I like all his talking points. Personally, I don't think he is gonna win. I don't think he sees it enough yet into this political game to win. But yo, let's just say Trump wins, bro. That'd be a dope vice president. No, nobody. Let me know what y'all think, bro. Let me know what y'all think.
it can somehow charm Kim Jong-un in Korea, although that might be stupid. Sometimes it crosses the line between both. But he's both stupid and crazy, and he's a criminal. You know, he's not being charged in these trials because he's a liar. They purposely didn't do that. Apparently it's okay. It's not illegal to lie to the American people. And of course he did lie and continues to lie. He still hasn't conceded the election, which he plainly lost. He's charged with actual crimes. Criminal intent to obscure, I forget what the actual name of the law is, but criminal intent to basically steal the election or to coerce people in the states from, I forget what it is. And then there's one forgery, which has to do with the electors scheme. Criminal intent for
what is the forgery?
That's the slate of electors he was putting forward, the fake slate of electors. And then there was the one of...
Here it is, we can read it. 3 counts of solicitation of violation of oath by a public officer. So he's trying to get someone to violate their oath. 2 counts of conspiracy to commit forgery in the first degree. 2 counts of conspiracy to commit false statements and writing. 2 counts of false statements and writings. Violation of a Georgia RICO Act. Conspiracy to commit impersonating a public officer. I wonder what that is. Conspiracy to commit filing false documents and filing false documents. And this is all based on the election results.
Well, there's also felony solicitation of violation of oath. Felony solicitation of violation of oath by a public officer. That was when he was talking to Ratzenberger. That's the "I need you to find me 11,000 votes." There's also one. I mean, there's two cases about trying to steal the election. One, the national case that Jack Smith is prosecuting, and then there's the one in Georgia. Now, they cross paths in a lot. But basically, I mean, yes, he tried every possible way to steal this election. He tried to do it through the courts. He tried to do it through state legislatures. He tried to do it through intimidating Mike Pence. He tried to do it through the Justice Department. I mean, you can't really believe that this guy is not worse than Joe Biden. I mean, I agree. Biden is not a great president. And the Hunter Biden stuff is a stinky conspiracy, not a conspiracy, a stinky scandal that stinks to the high heavens. If you think that in any way compares to what Trump tried to do, you just cannot tell unlike things apart.
And you're saying this just based on what happened after the election, that stuff.
Yes. Well, that's the criminal part. Yes.
Have you ever tried to steel man his position? Like, do you think he really believes they stole the election, or do you think he's bullshitting?
Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter.
Yo, that's one thing I do like about Joe, bro. He will try to see both sides of an argument, even in contrast to Bill Maher, bro. Like, Bill Maher, he seems like the type of guy, like, once he picks a side, bro, he's just stuck in that position. Doesn't even try to steel man the other party's argument. But Joe, at least, bro, his thinking is a little more nuanced. You know, he'll try to understand why you think that way and even explain your side back to you in the best way possible. So I like the question that he's asking Bill right here. Is like, bro, obviously you a staunch liberal. Have you ever tried to steel man any of Trump's shit, basically, bro? And he's like, no, fuck that. Why? He's like, just dismisses it immediately. Nah.
Gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck if he really believes it?
But I mean, if he really believes there's evidence that the election was rigged.
No, I don't care. I mean, no, first of all, that was part of the January 6th committee's findings. He has multiple people, all the people around him told him that he lost that election, including Bill Barr, you know, and he admitted, one of his quotes was that they have on record of him saying, "I don't want people to know I lost this election."
That's kind of crazy.
Well, he's crazy.
That's kind of crazy.
I mean, it's insane that you can't let go of the idea that you can't be seen as a loser. There's a certain, I always said this in the beginning, it all comes back to, he is a clinical case of malignant narcissism. It's not just a quirk. It's actually in the big book of crazy.
I really think Trump believes he didn't lose. Like, I don't think it's him just refusing to accept that he lost. I think in his mind, he believes that the election was stolen from him and he's coming for vengeance, bro. He won it back in blood, bro. Like, I really think that's what it is, man.
Right.
I mean, it's a real thing. And it affects everything he thinks and does. It's why foreign leaders were able to curry favor with him. All they had to do was kiss his ass and they got whatever they wanted. Do I really think that he wants to help Russia and Putin? I think Putin had him as soon as he said, "Trump is a brilliant man." Good, you got me. It doesn't take that much.
Bill is
he's
funny.
A dangerous guy. The idea that he could be president again, as opposed to Joe Biden. Again, Joe Biden, not my first choice, not my 100th choice, but the other guy is a crazy, stupid criminal.
All right, y'all. So, yeah, that's basically it, bro. Like, tell me what y'all think about the little combo they had. Like, whose side are you on? You on Joe's side? You on Bill's side? What do you think about what Bill said? What do you think about Joe, what Joe said? Who do you think's a better candidate to lead the country? But anyway, I enjoyed reacting to this. I'll see y'all later. RightGeist out.